History isn't built on peace, it's forged in the chaos of war. Behind every empire, every king, and every revolution lies a battle that changed everything. Imagine armored knights clashing beneath stormy skies, flaming arrows raining down, and kings leading their men into glory or doom. The medieval era wasn't just blood and steel, it was destiny being written in real time. From Hastings to Constantinople, these are the 7 medieval battles that forever shaped the world we live in today. 1. The Battle of Hastings, 1066. When William the Conqueror invaded England, he didn't just win a crown, he changed English history forever. The Norman army faced King Harold's Anglo-Saxons near Hastings. Arrows flew, swords clashed, and Harold famously fell with an arrow to his eye. That single arrow ended Anglo-Saxon rule and began Norman dominance, shaping the English language, architecture, and monarchy that still exists today. 2. The Battle of Tours, 732. In France, a Frankish army led by Charles Martel stood against an Islamic force that had swept across Spain. Outnumbered and facing annihilation, Martel's disciplined troops held their ground and turned back the tide of Islamic expansion into Western Europe. Historians say if Tours had gone the other way, Europe's religion, culture, and politics might have looked completely different today. 3. The Battle of Agincourt, 1415. Picture muddy fields in northern France, rain pouring, and thousands of armored French knights charging toward a small, exhausted English army led by King Henry V. Against all odds, English longbowmen turned the tide. Arrows pierced through armor, and the French cavalry fell into chaos. Agincourt became a symbol of English resilience, proving strategy could defeat sheer numbers. It's one of history's greatest underdog victories. 4. The Siege of Jerusalem, 1099. During the First Crusade, Christian knights from Europe marched thousands of miles to retake Jerusalem from Muslim control. After a brutal siege, they stormed the city walls in a wave of chaos and bloodshed. Though horrifying, this moment reshaped relations between Europe and the Middle East for centuries. It marked the beginning of centuries of crusades that mixed faith, politics, and conquest into one deadly brew. 5. The Battle of Constantinople, 1453. For over 1,000 years, Constantinople was the jewel of the Byzantine Empire, until a 21-year-old sultan named Mehmed II brought it down. The Ottomans used massive cannons that shattered the city's ancient walls, ending the Byzantine Empire and marking the dawn of the modern age. When the city fell, scholars fled west with ancient manuscripts, sparking the Renaissance. One empire died, but knowledge was reborn. 6. The Battle of Bannockburn, 1314. Scotland's greatest victory came under the fearless Robert the Bruce, who led his outnumbered warriors against the mighty English army of Edward II. Using the landscape to his advantage, Bruce's forces trapped and crushed the invaders. Bannockburn wasn't just a battle, it was a declaration of Scottish independence. To this day, it's remembered as a symbol of courage, freedom, and the power of will over force. 7. The Battle of Grunwald, 1410. On the plains of modern-day Poland, the combined forces of Poland and Lithuania faced the feared Teutonic Knights, the most elite crusader order of the time. After hours of brutal combat, the Knights were defeated, breaking their centuries-long dominance. Grunwald became a turning point that shifted power in Eastern Europe and inspired future uprisings for independence. Each of these battles was more than just bloodshed. They were turning points that redrew maps, rewrote languages, and reshaped faiths. They remind us that history isn't just written by kings, but by soldiers in muddy boots, archers in the rain, and leaders who refused to surrender. The medieval world may be long gone, but its echoes still shape our nations, our culture, and our destiny. Which of these history battles made you realize that history is shaped through war? Let me hear your thoughts.